y'all, welcome back to Spirit of the Outdoors. We got to put a new battery in the boat. Yep. So hang with me. Let's get it put in. Well, I'm trying to find a camera angle that y'all can somewhat see what's going on, but I got this little cubby hole I'm working down in. And they ain't nothing to this, just hooking it up basically. Get me a sip of cool Gatorade. That's what I like to drink for the most part. But I've been trying to work on these lights, and I can't never get no progress really made with them, which I think I got them all hooked up now. I hadn't put the transducer on the trolling motor yet, but I hadn't had time to go fishing either, and we're going to talk about all this here shortly. But every time I come out here, the battery goes honk, 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 and I've had the charger on it, so I know that I'm tired of fighting with it. It's time to put a new battery in there. And the reason I go to AutoZone, because that is typically where I buy all my batteries. Not saying they have the best batteries, but when I go there, they keep a record of what date I bought it, and I get a year's warranty, or 2 year, depending on which battery I bought. And if it is under warranty, I don't have to have a receipt or anything, so that's that. Walmart, they got good batteries. Right now, I think all batteries are about the same. I really don't think there's one a whole lot better than the other. I think a lot of it's due with the charging and all that. And my charger, I've got new digital chargers I use, and they're called smart chargers. So you don't get to decide how you're charging it. You hook it up and it decides for you. So yeah, I hear a lot of people say, oh, it's how you charge them, it's running them. Well, nowadays you really, unless you got one of them old timey trickle chargers, which is what I prefer, slow charge, that you can't do that anymore. And my slow trickle charger I had burned up. So anyway, all that's beside the point at this right now. We just getting a new battery in there because we want to be able to go fishing. We tired of not being able to go fishing. So I got to figure out which way I want to turn this. I got two new nuts to go on there. You have to say stuff like that real slow. Alright, and then this stuff has to fit in a certain way. And it just has a buckle on there. Now, I'll tell you something else I have discovered on here I have got to work on and repair is my bilge pump. The pump works, but the thing broke off of it, so, Let me adjust this camera because y'all can't see nothing about what I'm doing. So I think what I'm going to do right here is lower this. We're going to talk about this too here in a minute. That way y'all can see me. I want y'all to be able to look me right in the eyeballs while I do this. Now, I'll tell you what I really want. I wanted to talk to you. There's a lot going on right now. I have a lot going on. So this week, we have been going back and forth to the doctor. Trying to see which one of these I want on there first. With Mama, she is still getting fluid in her lungs, so I have been 3 days. Well, tomorrow will be the third day. We're making some progress, I feel like now. The fluid come back 2 weeks ago when we had a doctor's appointment. We had a day that we went to a heart doctor. He did a x-ray of her chest and lungs and said, you got fluid in there. I can't do all my tests I need to do. So the next day we set up with a lung doctor. They drew the fluid off, sent it off, had it tested. Test come back clean. There's no infection, no nothing like that in it, but there's lung half full of fluid. They drew it off. Well, 2 weeks later, we had both appointments, checkups at both of them again. Well, she started hurting again Sunday. We knew then the fluid was coming back, and I called and tried to get her an appointment Monday or earlier Tuesday. The lung doctor couldn't see her then. So we had to wait till today to see the lung doctor, which we had a heart doctor's appointment yesterday we went to. Again, he couldn't do nothing, but he did take x-ray. Yep, back full of fluid in that lung. So we kind of been running in circles. We feel like kind of frustrated, you know, like why ain't we getting nowhere? But tomorrow they decided that we're going to do a biopsy, and they're going to go in with a scope, cut an incision in her side, and go look at the lining of this lung, because they don't think, hey, we don't think it's the heart. Heart numbers look good. Heart doctor said she don't drink, smoke, she's not overweight, she don't have a history of heart problems in her family, all this stuff. He said, I really don't think it's a heart. Lung doctor told us today, he said it's a left lung filling up. He said typically when it's a heart issue, he said it's the right lung that fills up. So we've kind of all agreed that we don't really think it's the heart. So they're going to go in and look for a tear or a hole in that lung, because there's no infection, there's no more pneumonia. So what that means is videos. Videos is kind of slow. Knives is kind of slow right now. For the last 2 weeks, we've been dealing with this stuff and a lot of other stuff going on. So I wanted to go fishing. We have actually got a lot of water in the swamp now, which is why I am fixing this boat and getting it to where it'll crank. I just put these batteries on there, and we fixing to see if all the lights and everything work. So I wanted to go fishing. Well, we can't go fishing right now until we get Mama straightened out. So I want to get that done. I'm trying to get this clean. I don't know why I done bent this somehow or another. My hole back here ain't lining up. Screws is falling out of it, everything. I gotta go get a screwdriver to fix that. So yesterday, I know y'all saw a video come out, which it'll probably be 2 days ago time you see this, and I might get it edited out today. Yesterday, I experimented with a new camera. Some of you caught on to that. I made a video with a lizard and a frog. So in this boat, you know, this spring, we went fishing early this spring. First trip out. I did not put the plug in there. You know, this $4 part. I had my DSLR camera laying in the flowboard on the tripod, had my GoPros, all my other cameras. And I don't use the DSLR a lot for average videos like this, because vlogging and just filming me talking, the iPhone is by far the way to go. If you're going to be doing action, moving, needing that camera in precarious spots, the GoPro's the way to go. But if you need really good footage and you got time to set up and make quality videos, the DSLR is good, especially if you're going to zoom in and film stuff way out. So I drowned my Nikon D5100 back early in the spring. I mean, I drowned it. It don't work no more. But all my lenses and stuff are still good. So I got on eBay last week or so, and I bought me a new Nikon D5500, about a $300 camera. Nothing majorly expensive, because I'm in outdoors, I'm in the water. It's possible that I'll ruin this one before it's over, so I'm not buying a $1,000 camera. Follow what I'm telling you here, hand. The GoPros work for all that stuff, so I don't know how much I put it in the boat. But anyway, I was out experimenting with that camera and made that video, so you're going to see more videos with that type of footage in it. Mainly what I want to do is, like, while I'm deer hunting, be able to zoom in and film deer walking in, animals coming into the woods and such as that. So I've experimented with that, and then of course today I'm throwing this video together because I needed to get all this done and see if the boat is going to crank. So I've got the battery in. I need to see if all my lights and all that stuff work. I need to get these leaves out. We're going to mount the transducer. So let me reset the camera up. We're going to test all that, and then we'll finish discussing some stuff. Let's see. Fired right up. I don't have it hooked up to earmuffs, so I'm not going to run it, but just for a second. next thing is lights. You see them lights up there coming on? With money. Headlights mounted right here. I got 2 headlights on there. I see them coming on. So I think now we're all good with lights. My biggest issue now is I need to get all the leaves and such out of here, because I have parked it over here under, and I have literally got a leaf rake. If they wasn't all wet, I'd take my blower, my leaf blower, and do it. And that rope right there, I don't know how good a shape it is in now that it has been laying out here in the weather. But we now have water in the swamp. So that brings me to another topic of discussion that I don't know if I have discussed on here. If you follow my Facebook and Instagram, you will find where I was discussing this Mercury 4-stroke motor, because obviously this boat has a steering wheel in it. It has hydraulic over electric, or electric over hydraulic trim, whatever you want to call it, which makes it impossible to use it as a swamp boat where there's a lot of logs and stumps and things you might bump into. Well, let me get this out and I'll show you what I did. We're going to have to park this somewhere else for the duration of fall, just so that we don't, I don't know where all this string and rope come. Oh, that's for me working on that trolling motor. We got to hook all that up here short, so we're going to get that done too. Now, I am not prepared today to secure all my wiring like I want it, because I want to get all of that secured where it ain't in my way flopping around at night, hanging fish hooks and such as that into it. You know what I mean? Burn. Get all these leaves out of here. I know y'all didn't want to watch me dig all these leaves out, but that's just part of life. We got to do it right now. So on this motor right here, it has hydraulic trim. So what have I done? Let me put this down. I have pulled the pin right here on this hydraulic trim. Right here. It was pinned right up here in this motor. I had inquired about a kick-up jack plate. Still may invest in a jack plate. I really don't have the money to afford to put a jet foot on this thing. And the motor is down a good bit below there. But with it set up like it is right now, pulling that pin, this motor will kick up anytime it hits something, which prevents me from destroying it. And it's just a 25 horse motor. So what that has done has allowed me to turn this comfortable boat to fish in into a swamp boat, where I don't need that boat right there that's sitting over there, because the transom is about out of it. I only have a pull crank motor. I like an electric start. So we're making duck hunt in it, we're making fish in it, we're making deer hunt out of it. A lot of stuff that we can do if we can get it in the swamp. Now, keep in mind, I am not forsaking my old canoe. I love my canoe, and we're going to do a lot of canoe paddling. In my opinion, the canoe is the best way to hunt. But if we want to take old Brody, we want to take my daddy, different things like that, or just have a comfortable day of just fishing, running hooks down in this swamp possibly, we're going to use this boat as much as possible on that stuff. So let's get this transducer hooked up on the front, because if y'all remember correctly, there was this dummy that was working on stuff, and he let it down, and that hit that jack on the trailer, and it just broke the transducer right off. So let's get that. I got me some extra zip ties, and I tried to epoxy that thing back into working order, and I got it stationary on there. Oh Lord, that ain't going. I can't get in there like that. All right, well, we got it anyway. Yeah. Get that off of there. I done pulled the other wire loose. Get this piece out of my way. I've had this. This is what I done is I got on Amazon and ordered just the transducer. They're about $40-something. Not a big deal. Just a matter of running and hooking it up. And this has a metal bracket for it. I don't think I need. I think I can use what is on here. Yeah, we can run that through there and put it just right back like it was. Yeah, that come right on. See if I can get Jonah here. This is not actually Jonah. This is a replica of Jonah. I made me one out of the sapele wood that is out of a saw blade Casey Gray got me. So I'm testing a new steel. So far, I'm thinking at first I was like, I don't think that's gonna work. It was just too soft. But after I've been using it a little bit, it seems like it may be gonna be all right. All right, we need to cut all these zip-em ties off. So I wish y'all want to know what happened to that other one. See that jack down there? Look how close it is to that. See that? That is the old problemo. Maybe that'll stay propped right there and I'll be all right. I just need this raised up where I can run my wires. Not wires, wires. Make sure you say it right. All right, we'll get that over there. I looked at my Same Logic weather station. We have had like 6.5 inches of rain this month already. I didn't realize we had that much rain. So those of you wondering, this is a Lowrance unit. I'm not really a big fan of them. This thing has been more, I don't know, it don't work like I like. Let's put it like that. All right. My ground right there. Get that backed out. All right, now I have got a fuse link in this, so I want to use it. So we're gonna have to open this up and cut it off. And I wish I had some weatherproof connectors. I went again to Lowe's today while I was in town buying batteries and going around doing this, that, and the other, some odd and end stuff I had to do. They always sold out of what I need. And I could have ordered them on Amazon, but I really didn't think I was going to come home today and do this. So probably what I'm going to do is find something to put over it to seal it. Electrical tape will do it. I think you can actually heat electrical tape and it will melt solid. But they make a stuff called plastic dip. And I may get that and brush over these connections to waterproof them. I had laid them down right where I couldn't see them. All right. All this broke one in. See, all I did, I hit it, and all I did was break the clamp. The thing still works, but you can't mount it to nothing. Oh well. Well, now I'm gonna throw it in the boat for right now. And I was thinking about trying these, and I may try them anyway right here. My brother-in-law told me about these. These are quick connect. You just push your wire up in them. See if these things work. Yeah. Been a long time since I had them. I'd forgotten I had them really. Well, y'all, I am ready to get fishing. I have got a bunch of new fish baits. obviously one's from Stunner Baits, but then Dowie Smith here locally in Carthage sent me a whole bunch of crappie jigs, some good looking jigs, and I'm wanting to go crappie fishing, which, depending on how long it takes me to do all of this, I'm thinking I like that better. I may take the boat down there and just put it in the river and crank it up and run it just to see how it works. I've been wanting to put it in this swamp like really, really bad. And I ain't been able to because of a lot of life going on. And y'all, it seems like the more I try to slow down and live a simple life, the faster pace it all gets. But know this, no, I'm not complaining about it. And the reason I'm not complaining about it is because most of what has got me fast-paced, a lot going on, is not knife making. It is not you guys. It is not videos and YouTube. It is ministry. We have had a lot going on. People passing away, people sick, this, services. And then again, this week, I have got men's ministry Friday. Then I have got deer camp meeting Saturday. So they won't be alive this coming weekend. It hurts my feelings too. I know a lot of y'all look forward to that. And I do. I get a lot of relaxation out of just sitting there talking to you guys, because it's a good time for us to chit chat, because it has gotten to where I cannot reply to every comment, and I'm trying to get back to replying to more of them. Which some of my videos, like yesterday, the video with the frogs and stuff, it didn't get as much traction. They went about 500 people watched that. Usually I get about, 1,500 views. So, let me know people were interested in that kind of stuff, which is all right. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. So how do you pull it back out? You can release that some kind of a way. I don't know that I'm smart enough to know how. What have I got to jam up in there? I need like a nail or something, don't I? There's a screw. That ain't gonna go. I need a piece of something stiff like wire. But anyway, the stuff going on is mostly ministry and different things, so I ain't complaining about it. I don't think my life will ever probably get really slow in that regard, because like probably in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be headed towards southeast Kentucky. There's a lady up there who wants to be baptized, so I am planning on making a trip up there to do that for her. Those are opportunities that I wouldn't miss for the world. A lot of people's like, oh, you drive all the way to Kentucky just to baptize somebody? Absolutely, in a heartbeat, in a New York minute. Because I'll never do anything in my life more important. So, little stuff like that, comes up, and I would love to spend every day making fishing videos. Would really be an ideal, life for me. I don't see that ever happening. But I don't complain about it. I am living a very good life. It is fast-paced, and I knew when I started this, it was going to get like that, because ministry is dealing with people and people problems and people issues and people stuff. So, get these wires hooked up. And I know y'all probably didn't all want to sit here and listen to me talk about everything going on, but it's easier for me to let everybody know what is up, what's going on through videos. So when I get this hooked up, I may or may not take it to the creek and see if it runs better. I had an old neighbor down the road one time. Mr. Norman was his name, and he painted his boat motor one time, and he was down there to Jackson Strait, we call it, where the boat ramp was you put in the creek. and he was getting it out of the water, and there was a group of guys showed up. Y'all see my buddy Kip Bagger come in. I think he was with them, and I don't know who all was with them. A bunch of guys back, this has been many, many years ago. They was fixing to go fishing or doing something. I said, Mr. Norman, so what you doing? He said, well, I just painted my boat motor. I brought it down here. I want to see if it run any better. Yeah, he painted it. Now, what did I just do with that connector I had in my hand? I mean to tell you, I just threw it right back over in there somewhere. Didn't I? I did. Yeah, he's gonna see if it run any better. I don't know if it did or not. Good Lord. That in there ain't no flimsy one, son. That joker there. All right. That is my ground. Let's fasten it back right here. All right, that's that. So now we can plug this back up. Oh Lord, we might need some of that dielectric grease in there, reckon. I got some. All right. Last time I hooked this thing up, we was in a pond. I know for a fact I was in 8 foot of water because I could take my pole, you know, and touch the bottom. I wasn't mistaken. I know some people say, oh, you probably wasn't. It said 57 foot deep. Me and Andrew was up there fishing in the neighbor's pond. Something right here ain't G-hawing. Y'all know what, when something ain't G-hawing? Well, you'll have to ask an old country fellow about that if you don't know what that means. Let me get over here and run all of that back across, and then we'll try to zip tie everything together. Only me can make a 20-something minute video out of nothing, huh? Yeah, I can do it. Well, it ain't that necessarily out of nothing. This is important stuff right here. I mean bad important. All right, we got to get that down there. That's probably where we need to start. Let's start down here. I got to remember which way I got to turn that. Yeah, this one more way. If I'm wrong, somebody will get on here and correct me. I'll promise you. And I'll come straight way out here and turn it around for you. And it's possible I'll put it on backwards. I don't know. I ain't no expert on everything. I'm pretty good at making some videos, but I struggle with a lot of everything else. y'all, this, I'm gonna secure this up into here with something to fasten it down at some point. Not today, but that will be wrapped in some stuff. And even this, I have got wires that I am absolutely not happy with the way they are run out here. But I ain't got no way of doing anything better at the moment. I need to order the weather stripping that goes in this groove right here. Like right there, there's 2 grooves in there. That stuff for 50 foot is like $120 something. I was like, what? Why? It's just rubber. I mean, it is just rubber. I think that is all I am going to put on it today. I think we can operate everything. Cut all these things off. Them other pliers that I cut that wire with, they don't cut this plastic real good. And I found this little short piece of this. I don't think it's enough to help, but I imagine I'm gonna put it on there just for the time being, because it's better than nothing. But it ain't my answer. It ain't my solution to the problem. But I do want to put it till I get me some. I'm probably gonna find some in black, which I could spray paint this. I got some camouflage colored spray paint, and it don't come out camouflage, it just comes out green. We had an old boy when I was working up at Yates. He was gonna paint a bucket for dove season one year. He went and got him one of them 5-gallon oil buckets. And he said, I'm gonna camouflage it. Old Two Hams went up there to the building supply, and he come back with 1 can of camouflage paint. He did never admit it to us, but he was a little disappointed when it just come out one color. I think he really thought it was gonna spray a pattern, because in a little while he went up there and bought 2 more colors. We picked at him a while, and he tried to play off it. He knew better, but I feel like if he knew better, he wouldn't have walked in that shop in front of a bunch of folks and went to spray them with 1 can of camouflage paint. Not after he'd told us he was gonna camouflage it. You say, well, people can't be that stupid. They can. But I'll put this red in there since I got them red lights. That'll match. I can act like I done it on purpose. See, that ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. We getting there. It ain't like I want it. I need me some stuff. I want to put some little clamp deals on there to wear it off, where I can clamp it down and hold it into place up here. And then I want that up under there, and I'll put some on that to hold it in place too. So, all right, we're getting there. We're getting there. So anyway, y'all, look. Thank you for watching Spirit of the Outdoors. I know this probably wasn't the most exciting, thrilling adventure video, but we are fixing to go a-fishing. I mean, I got it on my heart pretty good, and we got some new baits we want to try out. My dad mentioned yesterday while I was on the way to the hospital about going fishing. I said, yes, sir, we fixing to go fishing. So, thank y'all for watching. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all. Y'all have a good one.